Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Trainz 2019. Or if you're on a newer model, Trainz 2022. To be fair, I really don't know what the differences are. I refuse to pay that much money for Trainz, but this is Trainz 2019, and we are here with the latest and the greatest from K&L Trainz. A household name if you have Trainz simulator. Chances are you have one or two K&L products, because if you like steam locomotives, it's hard not to like K&L products. Man's been in the business for a while now, making steam locomotives for Trainz simulator, and he's dabbing a little bit, some couple, I think he's done a doodlebug and then a couple electrics, but almost entirely steam. And he has updated, by updated I believe he outright built a new model, but came out with an updated K4. So most of you will recall I did a video not too long ago on the Trainz Simulator Classic K4 that has been around about as long as K&L's first K4. I believe they came around in 2012-ish. And they had shown their age. So in celebration, the man decided it was time to update and upgrade the K4, and that he did, and went above and beyond by giving us a full set of K4s and a full set of passenger cars to go with them. The streamlined cased one here is not part of the pack. I just stuck it here to kind of give an idea on really how far he's come. So unfortunately, the original 2012 models now are considered obsolete. If I try to use them in Trainz with this pack installed, it will just say obsolete. Won't let me place them down to show the difference. So unfortunately, I'm stuck using a model that's not quite perfect to show the difference, but you can kind of see that versus that. That definitely looks better. Now I've got my shadows turned off for Trainz because we're on the freeware version of the Muscanappy. Yeah, I don't know how to say that word right, but we're on that route. The version that you can still get. I unfortunately have no idea what happened to the really nice version. But yeah. So let's dive into this pack. This is one that was intriguing, because K&L has done a lot of the Pennsylvania Railroad stuff. A massive majority of the Pennsylvania Railroad steam comes from K&L for Trainz. And while I'm not a huge fan of the Pennsylvania Railroad, I love steam, so it would be wrong of me not to have a nice new updated version of the K4s. I have no idea why I back away and my the lines turn into those blurriness, but here we've got the post-war, the pre-war, and we got the skyline cased and the smoke deflector model, which were all available back in the day, but they've all been updated, and then you will get a full set pre-war and post-war passenger cars to go along with it that are very nicely detailed overall. Nice full set. So, and I've got the cars set up, pre-war, post-war, I do believe, if I remember correctly. So I already talked about the history in the Trainz Simulator Classic video on the K4s, but to give the gist of it, the K4 is probably one of the Pennsylvania Railroad's most iconic locomotives. They had boatload of them. They used them for anything and everything. 2 of them survive today. 1 of them is currently being restored. The other one sits, I believe, at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. But yeah, these were for a while the backbone of Pennsylvania Railroad passenger operations, and they stayed around for a long time. An absolute icon of the Pennsy. And K&L had a fairly nice model here. Now, like I said, I got my shadows turned off so that we can actually really look at the nice detail work, and to mediate the issues with this route that I have, which absolutely murder my frames for some odd reason. But yeah, very, very nice model overall. Very nice. And there are some noticeable differences between the pre-war and the post-war. So pre-war, right off the bat, you're going to have a mesh cow catcher, whereas the post-war has a steel, big old steel plate. We also have whatever this doodaddy is up here. I believe that's a generator, or electrical generator, I believe, if I remember correctly, which hangs over the boiler front, which is behind the headlight on the pre-war model. It also uses a different headlight on the between the two. What else is wonky jonky? Same whistle, same bell, same, and they are basically the same locomotive, just some minor things that have been moved around or changed up a little bit. Front foot plate right up here, front of the smoke box. Not gonna lie, the pre-war actually looks a heck of a lot cleaner. And then boogity 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 boo. Get our skyline casing. Hello, Southern Pacific fans. But our skyline casing version here. It'll have that post-war steel cow catcher with a secondary headlight underneath the main headlight, and the generator is still up in here, I believe. Yeah, I believe the generator's back here and is encased inside the skyline casing there. Otherwise, not a huge difference. That right there is our big difference. Of course, continues all the way back. And then our deflectors, elephant ears, where the bell gets hung right up under the headlight. This is pre-war, and by war, post-war, we're talking World War II. World War II? Yeah, I do believe we're talking World War II, if I remember correctly. These are not new enough for World War I. I gotta go back to my good old-fashioned notepad here. Aha! I can find the information I was looking for. Streamlining. We're not worried about different streamlining. Don't have that matter. Counterbalance. Elephant ear. Aha! The elephant ear model. I didn't get much information on that one. Darn. Ah, World War I era. I was right, or wrong. sorry, I was wrong. World War One, not World War Two. Pre-World War One, post-World War Two, or post-World War One. I'm gonna get that right. Post-World War One models have the solid pilot, while the pre-World War One models have the slats. I get it right. I'm getting there. Like I said, I'm not too enshrined in the Pennsylvania. Typically I find their locomotives to be quite ugly. But smoke deflectors, kind of a half skyline casing going on here. Otherwise, more or less the same model. They do use the same sounds. I believe yeah, you can see here, there are two different size tenders too. One that's got a little bit of a longer water bunk on it. I don't know the actual designations. I would have to exit out for that, but yeah, good looking locomotives. Really nice update compared to that. That was alright back in the day, but whew, that did not age well. That's nice. You can just barely see the fire and the grating under there. That's kind of cool. So, let's see what we can fiddle with. View the details. Automatic fireman is pretty typical of K&L products. Got a roof vent. Fireman and engineer cab windows. Or door for fireman side. Engineer gets a window. And bam! We have a custom cab. For those of you that are into that. Now, for those of you that have been watching my Trainz videos, you know I really could care less about the cabs all that much. I don't run in the cab very often in Trainz, but for those of you that enjoy cab views, it does have a nice, functional, custom cab. Which overall, it does look pretty good. I won't lie, it does look pretty good. This was one of those odd things I'll give to TSC. They do cab operations a little more functional. Trainz, I feel like cab function doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's the display, but I don't know. I don't like Trainz cab all that much. But it does have a custom cab for those of you that enjoy that. So, and let's go back to our throttle here. I believe it should be the same cab through all of them. Yep, same cab. Same sound, same whistle. Turn our whistle, or our bell. Bell is operated. I have no idea what the Q button is for. I'm guessing it's to simulate that, because these do have a water scoop on the bottom, so I'm guessing it's to simulate you hitting a water trough and getting the water, but the whistle is very nice. A massive improvement over the old model. The old model had a very noticeable clip where it would halt. Maybe it'll do it with this locomotive. Nah, I won't do it with that one, but these had a noticeable clip to the whistle, so the whistle's a huge improvement. Bell is quite nice. Like I said, same whistle across the board on all of them, same bell. Does still function. And most of the details are going to be the same too. Cab signal box cover. Boom. And of course, roof vent, window door. Let's go over to this one. Roof vent, window door, and Skyline model. Roof vent, window door, fireman. This kind of makes me a little bit sad. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't give you function of the smaller headlight here. A little sad, but oh well. Not a massive problem. Headlight doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's kind of off-centered. Kind of off up into the left-hand corner there. Not bad. It's got a nice yellow hue to it. It's not obnoxiously bright. Let's take it down the road a little bit, shall we? Sure, our switches are open here so that we don't slam into anything weird. Now, the chuff sounds are pretty typical of K&L. Those are not necessarily new. That's what they used to sound like. I won't lie, I kind of like the older sounds a little better for the chuff sounds. These are not bad, I just think they've been used a little too many times. Oh shoot, I forgot to look at the differences between the passenger cars. Ah well, unlike Train Simulator Classic, it's very easy to jump back and forth. Cars that just drive right on through. Well, I gotta find out now. Oh, some of this stuff you can hop back here. At least with a lot of Trainz forges, you can come back here and change the headboard. Nah, can't do it on these. So you got the Iron City Express. Do I get a cab view? Kinda. I get to stand out on the platform here. Pretty cool. Kind of hanging off the edge here. Same for here. Same for here. 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 And here. See what kind of view we get for the tender. So if we go to the 10, whoa, that's cool. Is it TSC perfect kind of detailing? No. However, it does still look really nice. That's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. One of those funky things you really don't think about because you can't see it normally, but because the coal load's in the way. But these are mechanically stoked, so the guy ain't got to stand there and throw the coal in by himself the hard way. I imagine that has something to do with running by way of our running with the little controller here, but it's kind of entertaining. They don't look that bad. They certainly don't. It'd be nice if you can control the marker lights, but it is what it is. Pretty good looking model. The it's a flat detail for the rivets. Very solidly modeled overall, in my opinion. It does look pretty good. Let that roll along, and since I forgot, we'll come back here to the pre-war set, I believe. We'll try to take a peek at the car interiors. A little bit harder to do on Trainz, I won't lie. So we got an interior here. Can we open the... Oh, we can. We can open the doors. Got some luggage in here. Some old wooden trunks that weigh a metric ton. Got our RPO. By K&L bonds. That's entertaining. This is our this is the mail car. It's hard to get in close to read all these. Darn. But this will be where our mail is sorted on the road, and our baggage combo. We got people in here. The standard chair, and then another standard chair. Another standard chair. Diner. Standard chair, and then our should be the observation car. So this one's got a little bit of a kitchenette in it. Yeah, kind of a little private spot right there. Oh, I got our people going on here. That's cool. Everybody in here having a business meeting. A business meeting. They're getting down to business. Little bathrooms. Oh, that's pretty. That's kind of cool. Oh, those are really cool. Not gonna lie. So yeah, they have a modeled interior. It looks pretty good. Overall, not bad. Overall, not bad. I do. Well, I guess we'll see how quick it stops. It's not too bad. Not an instant stop. So that's nice. Wow, hi. So that's kind of entertaining. So if you take it all the way down to 0 while it's still rolling, it's got really faint chuff sounds. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but really faint chuff sounds. And then it hit that like last little bit, and just all of a sudden, bam! I got some chuffs again. Not a big fan of that, but it could stand to have that polished. Really and truly, that's probably my two complaints, is that chuff sound. And then I know it's a headache in Trainz to do rivets, but I'd say it's more noticeable in Trainz when the rivets are flat, especially on cars like this where there's a ton of rivets. It's far more noticeable when the rivets are flat, honestly, than it is in TSC. But that's really my only two complaints. There's not much I can say wrong about these. Overall, it really does look good. Nice, consistent quality across the board, I think, which is probably what makes it most of K&L stuff really nice. Is A, he improves over the years, and B, is very consistent. Numbers look like a different shade. It's more noticeable back here, but the numbers definitely look like a different shade of yellow. Not a fan of that, but oh well. That's more of a Trainz deal, I think. I know dynamic numbering is already a pain in the butt with Trainz. Trying to get it to look right color-wise is a massive headache. Especially with the rest of the stuff, going back and forth, trying to get it all perfect. It really just doesn't work out. I know, I've tried. I have tried my hand, trust me, before somebody says, well, why don't you go off and do it then? I've tried. I know it's a headache, but I'm going to point it out. It is noticeable. It does look like a different shade. It's an argument I absolutely can't stand that people make. Why don't you do it if you got so much to say about it? Well, you know, sometimes I do try to do it myself, and then it turns into, well, you're garbage. Well, you're right, I am, but, you know, at least I tried. Other times I know full well I ain't got skill to do it, but, you know, not going to stop me from saying something. Overall, it's a pretty nice overall, I will say. I think it's a nice pack. Well worth it. I believe it's $15. You get the 4 locomotives, 2 sets of tenders. I'd have to look back on that one. Don't quote me on that, but you get that, and then you get the full pre and post war set of passenger cars, which is really nice. I certainly won't complain when we get some more passenger cars for any train simulator at that. I'm big on passenger operations more than anything, but so I know he did a lot of work on this. He's been working on it for a while. We've been following for a minute. Looking forward to it. So yeah, go check it out on K&L Trainz with a Z, Trainz. Do go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you're a Pennsylvania Railroad guy, but if you're a Steam fan altogether, it's hard not to enjoy these. So do go check it out. I'll be doing his newer models before too much longer. He did my all-time favorite for any of the Trainz simulators right now. Well, I say that. Green Coast Studios did do an I-1A, but it doesn't work right anymore, so sad days. But do go check them out. It's well worth it, and I will see you guys next time.